As high schools say goodbye to their graduating class, many are saying goodbye to valedictorians. One U.S. school reportedly naming 48 valedictorians out of fairness. Others are phasing out valedictorians altogether. I guess that's fair. Joining me right now, Red Alert Politics editor Ron Meyer, Democratic strategist Sarah Badawi, and conservative commentator Ashley Pratt. Good to have all you guys here.
Thanks.
I'm a little, full disclosure, Ashley, I'm a little troubled by this because I worry about the message that it's sending when everybody suddenly becomes a valedictorian, or you decide you're not going to name one because it might be insulting to someone else who wasn't. What kind of message does it send?
I think it sends a bad one. And look, I was one of those very competitive kids in high school who, like, this competition actually drove me to want to be valedictorian. I ended up being 8th in my class, so that was disappointing. With that said, there's an incentive for kids to really try hard in school. If there is, you know, an incentive at the end of it to be valedictorian, there needs to be one. And I get it. If you've tied GPAs and you have 2 and you have to split it, fine. But the whole point of having 48 is sending a message of this whole participation trophy society we're living in, where if you show up, you get one. Or this new trend to not even have a valedictorian because you don't want to hurt feelings. It's just ridiculous. And what message is that sending to our young people when they're going off into the workforce or into college, that you're as good as everyone else? Like, it's not a good message to be sending.
You know, Ron, it reminds me a little bit of socialism. Think about it, right? You know, nobody should strive for anything because the government's just going to take it and they're going to redistribute it all. In this case, nobody should bother striving to be #1 in the class because, well, they're either not going to make you #1 or they're going to make everyone #1. I mean, are they completely missing basic human instinct, which is that we are competitive and we do want to succeed and we want to win?
It's the participation trophy mentality that we're bringing in, that there should be no competition in schools or sports. And here's the truth. Life wasn't fair to me. I grew up with a single mom in trailer parks, evicted out of apartments. We had a tough life. Boarding school rescued me. I was out on my own from 12 to 17. I didn't have it easy, yet I didn't go tell my teachers or tell my school that I should be treated more fairly or be giving an extra GPA. I still strive. You know, I'm sort of the same boat as Ashley. I got close to being valedictorian, but never made it. Sports, I lost. But here's the truth. Losing is more important than winning, and without losing, you do not have lessons. The truth is, it's not just about competition. It's the value of losing and learning and picking yourself up and realizing what you did wrong so you can improve yourself, so you can learn what you did wrong and make your life better. Without losing, I'd be nowhere where I am today without learning lessons and improving my life.
You are so right, and I think all of us, anybody who's successful in life can tell you all about the failures, because there's more failures than there are successes, but people only see the success. So you make a very good point. People need that opportunity to strive, to learn, and yes, to fail, Sarah. So why are we robbing them of that?
Well, Trish, I agree that competition and incentives are great things, but whether we have 0 valedictorians or 2 is really a distraction from the bigger problem, which is helping people get into the workforce without crushing student debt. There could be the next Google inventor sitting on one of the stages at these graduation ceremonies that's going to be 10 years behind because of rising college costs, instead of contributing to the economy immediately right after graduation.
I'm not following this logic at all. You're talking about college costs, a whole separate thing entirely.
And plus, you can thank Democrats for that.
I'm talking about, should we be handing everybody a trophy just because they graduate from high school and calling them a valedictorian?
Well, I would hardly say 1 or 2 valedictorians across a stage of 1,000 kids graduating is a participation.
In this particular case, this is 48. I mean, they named 48.
Listen.
And in other cases, they're not naming any, Sarah, because the thinking is it's going to insult someone else on stage. How is that right?
And you want to talk about preparing people for the workforce. Like, what incentive does this give to kids? Well, we know that when people try. Yeah,
you gotta try. You gotta
definitely try, but more than just the valedictorian, go to college. And I think the problem here is when a lot of people work hard and they all get accepted to good schools and they go, it's incumbent upon us to try to figure out how we get them to participate in the economy as soon as possible. But that's not by telling them they're #1.
I think you're talking about something entirely different, though. What we're talking about is very simple. Do you encourage people to try to win? And I think the answer, we can all agree,
to say that nobody is trying.
Forgive me, I got to leave it there. We're up against a break. But thank you to you all.